For the most people who fall sick because of working tirelessly, a lot of work pressure, they fall sick and then they try to talk to their manager or the management. See, my friend, that is little too late, because by then you're already sick, but also you have the same amount of work that you have to manage. So it's very obvious that you'll not be able to sustain that work, and when you return to work after your sickness, the quality of the work will be impacted, and by then people will have their own assumptions about your potential. And then if you try to talk, then that will not be much fruitful for your career. So what you have to do, the solution is knowing your limits for the burnout, knowing your body well. Before your body tells you that it's burning out, before you're falling sick, before your body gives up, you should know what is your limit of that burnout. You should know that now it's getting a little too much, and if this continues, your body will shut itself up and then you'll fall sick, because company will not take care of you. It will not be bothered about your mental health, or you're getting anxiety, or you're getting into depression. They will just replace you with somebody else. So why you have to put yourself through that situation? So know your body, know your limits well, and take a hard stop when it's time. Second is understanding that your work-life balance is solely your responsibility. If you're sitting and thinking that can't the manager see that I'm putting more than 12 hours per day in this project, in this work, how tiring and exhausting it is, can't he see? No, he can't see. He is pretending to be blind to that, and he will continue to pretend like that, because that's the part of his job. If a resource is not making any noise, is not raising any concern, then everything is working fine. Even if further in future anything goes wrong and you mess up your health really badly and you accuse him for giving more work, he'll simply wash off his hand by saying that, oh, you never told me, or this was never brought to my attention. That's all. And you'll keep wondering for your whole life what kind of person that was. Every single manager, or I should say most of the managers, are like that only. So your work-life balance is your own responsibility and nobody else, and no, that manager will not see it. Next on the list is draw black and white boundaries. There should be no in between. Let me explain. Your manager should know that if you are on leave, you are not available, you'll not work. Your manager should know that if you have applied leave in advance, you have planned your leaves, you will not accommodate any request of working on that particular day, no matter what, no matter how big of a client has come or how big of a request has come. That person should know it clearly. If sometimes you say yes, sometimes you say no, then see, those blurry boundaries doesn't work. People do not respect those boundaries. People step over those boundaries. If you are not taking that harsh stand, then everybody will take you for granted, and they will take your boundaries for granted as well. Even if you say no, they'll try to negotiate a little more, and then maybe you give in and you say yes to whatever their request is. Also, do not feel that if you say no to all of such things that it will impact your career negatively. No, guys, you do your work with 100% efficacy and with as much passion as you can, and then just leave the rest. Because as a HR, I'm telling you from my own experience, I have seen people growing and thriving like anything who have such behavior, that they are great performers and then they set really great and strong boundaries which everybody are mindful of. I've seen such people being tagged as strong leader or strong employee, a person with strong mind. So all of these traits are associated with that kind of people who do not give up, who take their stand really seriously. If you say something and if someone comes and negotiate it with you and then you just agree to their request, then what about your stand? What about the thing that you said that you're not going to do? So make sure that your boundaries are black and white. There should be no in between. You should take your own words really seriously and make sure that people very mindfully come to you with whatever request they have. They should know to which you'll say yes and to which you'll say no. It should be really clear in their head. Next on the list is pivot within time. Most of us keep working in toxic scenarios, or we keep working for impractical hours, which is just not feasible, and we do not do anything. We do not take any tangible stuff. We do not find solution to it. Why? Maybe because of fear, because we have a lot of dependents and we are required to take care of those people. See guys, if something happens to you, as in you get into really bad health, then also there'll be in trouble, maybe in much more trouble, because then your salary will become zero. You'll not be able to work. Maybe you are bedridden for some months or maybe years, or maybe something major happens to you because of that toxic scenario or impractical hours. Then also they are in trouble. Then also those dependents are in trouble, and this time like really worse trouble, because the salary is now zero, the income is now zero. So it's better that you act in time. Maybe the salary you get when you change these scenarios is lesser in comparison to what you are getting now, but at least you are getting something. It is better than zero, and it's ensuring your health, because if you have your health, you can definitely grow to the same level, or maybe to the next level. So that will act in your favor only. So it's very important that if there is a point in our career with which we are not happy and it's impacting us negatively, maybe health wise, our mental or physical health, then we should take a step back, think about it, and pivot our career within time, when there is still time, when we still have our health with ourselves, when we are still capable of making a move. We shouldn't think about changing it or pivoting our career when we are on bed struggling with that sickness. Next point on the list is detach your identity from the job profile you are working at. This is very important, guys. Whatever points we just discussed in this video from starting to till now, you'll be able to do all of that only when you are not identifying yourself with that job title. You have to cultivate this mindset that you are a wholesome human being. You are not just a software developer, you are not just a project manager, you are not just that technical lead, you are a whole human being, and you're doing this job to earn a living for yourself. It's not your life. I've seen people who tag their ego so much with their job. They feel proud with the company they are working in. They see that company name with so much pride, and then what happens if the company fires them and they have to take up job in some random small company? It hurts their ego, and then they start having emotional health issues. They suffer anxiety, they suffer depression. All of these things comes to life then. So do not identify yourself with that job title. You are not just a job title. Your life is really bigger than this. So you have to see the bigger plan, and you have to detach yourself from that job title and the company. If you're attaching yourself to company, do not aspire to get into certain brands. Aspire to achieve your financial freedom. Aspire to use these jobs to attain a certain level in your life. Do not attach your ego with these steps in your life. And our last point on the list is start diversifying your income as soon as you start earning. If you have got a job, it's not the time you think that, oh, now I got a job, great job with good package, now I'm settled. No, that's the time to start investing in right things, or using that money to build something on the side, like a side project which can eventually become a passive income, or your side passion project, something, because you cannot solely rely on that job. If you do, you will again fall into that loop of identifying yourself as that software developer or whatever job title you have. So you cannot afford to do that. You have to tell yourself that you are trying to do these jobs, all these side projects, for your wealth, just to have that money, just to gain that financial stability. You cannot just afford to have one income stream in today's time, when companies do not think twice before laying off the employees. So you never know when you get the news, then it will hit you really hard. And if you do not have anything in pipeline to work on, or if there is nothing from where you get some money, then it will be very difficult for you to get over that unemployment phase. Even if you have the smallest of the thing that you are doing at the side and it's nowhere close to your salary, then also it's still fine, because if you lose your job, mentally you will be occupied, mentally you will have this comfort that I still have something which I can work on and make it big. So you will not get into all those emotional health issues, mental health issues like anxiety and depression, which is getting so much common now. People are hitting burnouts, they are getting depressed, they are getting anxious, even after working so many hours, even after earning so well, they are going through all this. You do not have to, and this is the path to ensure that. You must work on diversifying your income so that if anything wrong happens to your job, it doesn't hit you that bad. So guys, these were few points that will help you have a very healthy relationship with your job, no matter what kind of job you are doing. So let's take a look at the summary of today's video, and I really hope that you found some value in today's conversation. You keep on watching more content on the Corporate Diaries, and I'll catch you in my next one. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care.